They beat each other up. On the Dodgers side, the best competition they have, the toughest, is themselves. A record that's close to it, but they have incredible resources pop in. I think you go out and get a pitcher, plug and play, and finish the job this year.
Not so fast, big guy. Let me tell you, I mean, we know that these two beasts right here, they have amazing ball club. The Dodgers have a lot of injuries right now, and the Yankees had to deal with the American League because they had to deal with the Tigers, who are the real three. I mean, the Tigers went to the playoff last year, and this year they hold the best record in the American League. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen down the road, Kevin.
What do you think biggest challenge to both these teams when you look at it, Derek? Is it a certain team? Is it a playoff format? How do you view it?
I think it's a playoff format. No one wants to be in the wild card round. And then a 5-game series, if you're playing Detroit and you have Skubal twice, anyone can go out there and win a game. So a 5-game series is a tough route. It's stressful. And it's just hard to do year in and year out.
We'll see. Long way to go, but so far these two teams positioning themselves well. All right, we talked about Shohei Ohtani. We saw him throwing off the mound earlier today. Of course, Ken Rosenthal was there watching part of tonight's broadcast as usual. Ken, just normal. You throw or you hit 2 home runs last night, and then you come back and you're throwing, live BP off a mound today. What did you learn and what did you see observing the great Ohtani today do his thing? No one else does what he's doing right now.
That's right, Kevin. And this was his second time facing hitters. He threw all of his pitches. He looked good. He threw for 2 innings, or simulated 2 innings. But in talking to some of the people who faced him, a couple of minor leaguers, and Dalton Rushing, his catcher, they had a renewed appreciation for the enormity of what he is trying to accomplish. As you said, he hit 2 home runs last night. He has played 16 of the last 18 days, and yet he's out there on the mound. He's going to be playing tonight. And as we get closer to seeing him back pitching again, probably sometime around the All-Star break, it's just worth remembering just how difficult it is what he is trying to do. Oh, and also, Kevin, I should note this. Mookie Betts out of the lineup again today with a...
Come on up Vin Scully Avenue to Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. Whether it's October or the final day of May, the place to be in baseball. The Dodgers and the Yankees in a World Series rematch and a perfect weekend for baseball. It was a thrilling Game 1 last night with the Dodgers coming from behind to take the series opener, and we are all set for Game 2. We welcome inside Joe Davis, the Hall of Famer John Smoltz. The Dodgers, after winning the World Series, have overcome a ridiculous amount of pitching injuries to sit in first place at this point. And the New York Yankees, while they look a whole lot different, just might be better. They're in first place with the biggest lead in baseball.
Yeah, these are 2 teams that a lot of people expected would be right in this spot, and they're in this spot because the offense have been really good. 2 of the best offenses in baseball, and they're anchored by 2 of the superstars in baseball. And for the New York Yankees, what can you say about Aaron Judge? He lost Juan Soto, but he didn't lose anything. His average is up. The power's right where it wants to be. The defense is second to none. The New York Yankees are in this position because Aaron Judge is having a magical season, probably headed for another MVP. And for the New York Yankees, they are offensively right where they want to be.
You get all the build-up when these teams get together, and isn't it fun when the Stars deliver the way they did last night? Judge goes deep in the top of the first inning. Ohtani does it in the bottom of the first, and again later in the game. Now 22 to lead the majors.
I'm running out of things to say. How do you describe a greatest player of our generation? Well, he just keeps getting better, and he had surgery in the offseason, let's not forget. And again, he hasn't slowed down. Oh, by the way, he's going to be on the mound soon. So what can't he do? It's everything right now. Power. The top 5 hitters in the lineup for the Dodgers are as lethal as I've ever seen. It starts with Ohtani. He's right for the moment. He never gets nervous, and he delivers every single time. It's must-see TV for the Dodgers.
These 2 iconic franchises. Last fall was the 12th World Series matchup between these teams. Could they be headed for the same place at the end of this season? Impressive starts for both as we get ready for the middle game of this highly anticipated series. A couple of iconic franchises. And in the City of Stars, the marquee matchup of the regular season here. Dodgers, Yankees, baseball night in America coming up next on Fox.
Aggressiveness of Will Warren. We'll see how he goes.
3 times the last 5 games, Ohtani has led off with a home run. Hit 2 of them yesterday. That's 15 in the month of May. That's 22 this season to lead the big leagues. So after he had 54 in his first season with the Dodgers, on pace for more than 60 this year. Hits one sharply and through, and a leadoff hit for Ohtani.
Well, for Ohtani, and we all talk about the anticipation back to the mound, I would think he's got about 3 more weeks of stealing bases at an aggressive level before they temper that down once he goes to the mound. But it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't change anything about his game. A weapon on the bases, a weapon at the plate, and soon to be a weapon on the mound.
That's the amazing thing. He's doing things that feel like we've never seen before, and it's only half of the ordeal. It's only half of what you get when he's at the peak of his powers, as Teoscar Hernandez fouls off the first pitch.
Well, that's just an incredible success rate, an amount of speed and power that he displays.
And he has followed up that tear in the World Series with a huge season. 368 to lead the National League after he got 3 more hits last night. Fisher Investments player profile. You figure that it's going to be one of these 2 guys that wins National League Player of the Month. What do you got?
That's incredible. I mean, to hit 400 is incredible, but how about the 15 home runs?
Hard to beat that. That is a Dodger record for the month of May. Freeman pokes a base hit the other way, and Ohtani and Freeman both with first inning singles against Will Warren. This Dodger offense, you're talking about the top 4 being so good. Ohtani and Freeman both coming up with hits. And now you got Will Smith coming to the plate. And if you ask Dave Roberts, this is the guy that's really made the lineup go.
Yeah, he's got the combination of patience and the ability to barrel a baseball. He just doesn't give in. It wouldn't surprise me if he uncharacteristically swings at this first pitch with runners on.
He does, and bangs a base hit to right center field. Ohtani heads for the plate. Throw goes to third. Freeman's in there. Into second goes Smith. And the Dodgers on the board quickly. Will Smith with an RBI single. 1-0 LA.
That's Scouting Report 101. Fastball throwing first pitch out of Will Warren. And a guy that you typically think is going to work the count, not so fast with runners on. He goes to right field. He does it as good as anybody. That speaks to what Dave Roberts talks about with Will Smith. And the key is managing his times behind the plate so you can keep his bat in the lineup.
I'm going to have to go back to Oklahoma City. And he did enough when it looked impossible for him to stay to convince him to maneuver the roster otherwise. And he stays up. Ohtani's out in front. It's 0-2.
There's that pitch that Leiter has been successful with, is that splitter. Just 6 for 38, the league coming into this game. And I'm telling you, the Dodgers have not seen this Ohtani pitch and hit yet.
Bouncing ball through the right side, and the second hit of the day for Shohei Ohtani. A couple singles to the right side of the infield. Kim streaks first to third.
And what I was going to say is there's got to be some regression when he gets back to being able to focus on pitching. Today he threw. All right, you wouldn't come to the park as a hitter and do something else other than your routine. Now that's something else, and when he ramps it up more, he's going to have days where he hits. And the challenge for Dave Roberts is going to be convincing him, hey, how about today off? Like big 5 innings. We need a reset. But he's so special. He believes this is the way he's meant to be.
Strike on Teoscar Hernandez. Well, the last 3 years that he did do both, he had a top 5 ERA, and his OPS was second to Judge.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. He's 2 superstar players in one.
Yeah. And great point. But now 2 years have gone by.
Freddie Freeman, all those seasons in Atlanta, one of the best hitters in baseball. His average in his time in Atlanta was .295. He's been about 20 points better than that since coming to the Dodgers, but nowhere close to what he's doing this year. Down the line, he's got another base hit. 370 and going up, the average for Freddie Freeman. Kim in to score on a Freeman double.
Well, right on cue. There's no way to defend him.
He's got line-to-line power. He can hook it right past the first baseman, who was tight on the line. This is how hard he hits it. And he can hit it the other way. I mean, there's 3 feet between the first base and the first baseman, and he gets it done.
11 runs on 11 hits for the Dodgers today. De Los Santos, who warmed earlier, back in the first inning, going to warm again as Muncy leans on one. If it stays fair, he's got his second of the game and the 201st of his career. Off the foul pole. 14 for the Dodgers over the first 5 innings against the Yankees. Came into the day with 4 on the season, and he's got 2 today.
It's a crazy day so far in the game with double figures scoring.
You mentioned the Brewers and the Rays teeing off today. Now the Dodgers doing the same. That's it for Leiter. 14-1.